Okay, so today I want to go over how to get rid of knee pain. Let's get into it. Okay, so the reason I'm making this video is because for those of you who don't know, I had surgery on one of the nerves in my leg about 3 months ago. And this is gonna sound crazy, but 3 months post-surgery, my knee is, because I've had knee pain for about 6 years now, this is the healthiest my knees have ever been. And I'm only 3 months post-surgery. Like, I should not be where I'm at right now, realistically. Like, it should be probably another 3-4 months till my knees are at this point. But just by staying diligent and doing a lot of things, I've been able to get my knees into great shape. So like over the years, I subluxed my patella tendon. I basically just stretched it out. If you don't know, that is the tendon right here in your knee. And I've dealt with issues with that since high school, my junior year of high school. But the first thing that helped me was doing a leg extension hold. So while doing this, as you can see, I am just sitting there holding it, literally single leg. I usually go from, I work up from 15 seconds to 25 seconds, increase the weight again. And I do this just one set, both legs. I do leg extensions every time I hit legs. So it's at the end of my leg extensions. I'll do, let's say I'll do 2 sets and then do 1 set of that. And genuinely, that alone, one, it's strengthening your quad and some of the muscles surrounding your knee, but also I feel like it just strengthens your patella tendon so much to the point where that mitigated the amount of knee pain I had so much. So also just for context, I'd say at this point, 3 years ago, I guess it'd be 4 years ago now, I used to wear a knee brace just to walk to class. My knee was shot. Now, yesterday, I was running 3 months post-surgery, no knee brace. And I hit legs now without a knee brace. That used to not even be a thought. I used to have to wear a knee brace to the gym always, because even just picking up the weights, if I wanted to go pick up a 45 from the ground or something to go bench, that would have hurt my knee. Now I'm running and hitting legs without a knee brace. So that's just some emphasis of how much improvement I've had. Now, the next 2 things I have are actually from Knees Over Toes guy, if you ever heard of him. I'm gonna drop his video in the description because I did not come up with this. He came up with this. And these are just 2 things that I've implemented from his basically guide on how to get rid of knee pain that have worked pretty well for me. And he also has some other stuff in his video that at some point I will probably try and implement. But as I said, since I'm only 3 months post-surgery, I'm taking it slow and just trying to add 1 thing every 2 weeks or something. I don't want to go too crazy and set myself back. So the next one is Tibialis Raises. So I'll show you guys some Tibialis Raises. It's a very simple exercise. As you can see, I'm literally just lifting my toes up. You're standing your feet out from the wall. It's a very simple exercise. And it's just working the muscle on the front side of your leg right here. It's just working that muscle. And one of the reasons I feel like this has done so much for me is your tibialis isn't a muscle you ever really train, especially if you're not running. It's not a muscle you ever really engage or train. So doing these tibialis raises can just strengthen it and make it kind of even with the rest of your muscles in your legs. Now, another thing, kind of bouncing off that, is one of the biggest things I did, and this was a couple years ago, because I just didn't know as much at the time, was I didn't realize how unbalanced my legs were. My legs were so quad dominant that my hamstrings were so much weaker than my quads that it was actually causing me knee pain. And just by literally focusing in and training my hamstrings more, I actually reduced the amount of knee pain I had. So that could be one thing that's bothering you, is literally just having an imbalance in the muscles in your legs. So if you can, just when you're training, you want to make sure that, for me specifically, I hit legs twice a week. And post-surgery, I'm just about to start doing it again, where I'm going to start doing a quad-focused leg day and a hamstring-focused leg day. And glutes are emphasized in one of those, and calves are emphasized in the other. There's other things, but For me, those are the main two focuses, especially for my knee health, because that for me is honestly my main focus on leg days, is just getting my knees to not hurt because I don't want to be in pain. And I've done a lot of work with that and got it so that I'm not in as much pain. But having a hamstring focused leg day and a quad focused leg day for me personally made such a difference. It allowed my legs to kind of even out so that I wasn't as quad dominant. And now it's a little different because I had to stop taking legs because of my injury and surgery. But where I was prior, I had pretty balanced legs, I felt, at least strength-wise at least. So the next thing, this is going back to knees over toes guy, he suggests backward walking, but what I kind of did, which was like an adaptation, I can't remember if he suggested this in the video or not, but this is what I've done because it's the same concept, is doing sled pulls. So as you can see during this sled pull, what I do is the turf in my gym is 20 yards. So I will do 2 or 3 sets of going down and back twice, but I don't pull both ways. So I'll typically pull all the way down, push back, pull all the way down, push back, and that's set 1. And then I'm typically gonna do 2 to 3 sets. Typically, honestly, that's a lot of times decided on either how much time I have or how much my knees have been bothering me, because I also don't want to push it too much. My knees are not 100%, I know that, but they're much better than where they were. Because like I could, as I said like earlier, I could not have ever thought about running without a knee brace on. Like that was a foreign thought to me. And the fact that I did that yesterday it's just so amazing, honestly. Ooh. That was okay. All right, and the last thing is, this is more just, well, it's supplemental. It's something that you can take. A lot of times, depending on what type of knee pain you have, if it is due to inflammation, you could try supplementing turmeric. I'm gonna put my video on turmeric on the end screen right after this. But for me personally, I've noticed a pretty decent difference when I started supplementing turmeric, where just my knees overall, it didn't like eradicate the pain and make it go from like 100 to a 0, but it does reduce inflammation. And for me, honestly, like whole body has just helped me reduce inflammation and just be in less pain. So if you want to try something like that, you can. And if you want, you can go watch my turmeric video to figure out like how much to take and how you can take it, because most people probably don't know how to take turmeric. So yeah, if you implement these things, and then if you want additional things, go watch the knees over toes guys video that I'm gonna put in the description. Shout out to him, because a lot of this stuff, a couple of these things like the Tibialis Raises, the sled pull, are from him. And watching his videos, because I think I watched a couple of them, were genuinely so helpful to me. But I hope you guys can watch this and implement some of this stuff. The change isn't gonna happen overnight, but if you give it like a month with doing one of these things, maybe even 2 weeks, you should hopefully notice a difference. And I really hope these things help you. All right, if you know anyone else who's suffering through knee pain, send this to them. And make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you next Sunday at 5 p.m. Get you there.